Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Trucking Friday. Whew. Super excited for today's stream because finally the day has come. It's coming back. My favorite ATS truck. You guys know what that is? It's right in front of us. How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining, guys. Train SimWorld intro when? All the demands coming from Scotsman. Let me get through the list 1 second. Scotsman is the first one on the list, followed immediately by Gamaste. Very close. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining. Hey Ark. Fancy seeing you here. Welcome back. Hey Dewan. How's it going, man? Hope everything is fine. Patrick, glad you made it. Oh, nice. That's a nice badge. Hype train conductor. Well, look at that. Scotsman would like one of those badges, I can imagine. That's pretty cool. Blackout, thanks for joining. How are you doing? Hey, good day, mate. Aussie Coffee Bean. Awesome stuff. Welcome back. Glad you managed to make it back today. Thanks for joining, Alex. I'm sure we can do with a lot of your knowledge today. Lots of historical knowledge. We'll be checking out some old school engines. Well, one old school engine. We'll see how that sounds like soon enough. Well, we'll hear it. First time here. Glad you found the channel, Blackout, and thank you for joining. You are very early. Hey, Geek Squad. Yes, indeed. September 7th is Wyoming Day. My goodness, guys. September 7th seems to be the day. You guys, I'm trying to think. Do you guys remember what the release date of Bus Simulator 2021 is? Because it seems like that's September 7th as well. I'm not sure what's in that date. But it looks like we have a 777. We have Wyoming. We have Bus Simulator 2021. And we also have one of the major updates in Flight Simulator, all coming out on September 7th. My goodness, it's like the favorite day of a simulator enthusiast like us. Goodness. Steam Workshop truck mods and perhaps a couple of trailers too. What was the question? ATS. Right, see a whole swag on the link. All get used depending on the truck. Yeah. The K100 is a nice one by Overfloater on the Steam Workshop. If you're into cab over trucks, that's one of the top favorites. Very optimized, very nice looking, and free. Your favorite truck as well, the Classic? Yes, we are driving with the Classic today, guys. We are driving with the Classic. Hey Adrian, welcome back. Another late night. Glad you could make it. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for making time. Hey Kiwi, thank you for joining. Welcome to the stream. Will I make a new intro when Wyoming comes out? We will see. I'm not sure if I'll have time with all those simulator stuff coming out, but I will definitely be checking Wyoming out. Hopefully, I'm not blacklisted. We will see. Hopefully, I can get it in advance before September 7th. I'm not sure what SCS's plans are. I heard that at the same time as you guys. So September 7th, I didn't know that. Cool. Sound mods from my mods list is a good place to start. SES sounds are not... Okay, next item. Let's go and read. Yeah, I know, right? The 7th seems it's going to be a busy day. Hey, Drive Safely. Thank you for joining, man. Oh, Drive Safely sent me an email. He had an update for the sound fixes pack. Let's make sure that we have that enabled. There is an update to the... You guys remember the musical road in New Mexico? I think it's to the east of Albuquerque, if I remember correctly. Route 66, was it? He improved the sounds in there. And I'd like to take a look. So we actually have our first route going near there. I think it's delivering in Albuquerque, and then we'll wing it. We'll see. Line 117, there you go. Thanks a lot, Alex. Enjoy, Aussie. Hopefully it works. Cool. Hey, Blacksme. Or Blacks. Welcome back, man. Thanks. Glad you made it again today. Thank you for joining, guys. So, yes, we will be driving the Freightliner Classic XL, as you can see right there. It's impossible to miss, I guess. But we'll have a different engine. It's the 8V92, the Detroit diesel. And one thing I learned from watching the Flying Fabio recently is there is a sense of, how do you say, fulfillment. There's a sense of immersion. It improves the immersion when you get a bit of background before you even drive anything. So I wanted to go into a bit of the history, or a bit of the overview of what that engine is, and how it matches or not matches our truck. So I have this fancy Firefox window where we can check out some details on this Detroit Diesel 92. So there is a 6V92 and an 8V92 variant. Is the text too small, guys? Let me zoom in a bit. Maybe that will help. That one. Maybe that works. And what we're driving today is the 8V92, which is, as you can assume, the 6V stands for V6 and the 8V stands for V8. So the 8V92 is a V8 engine. That's how it looks like. Massive piece of hardware. Ah, the birthday boy himself is here. Happy birthday, Jack Spanner. What are you getting yourself? What is Mrs. Jack getting you? Hopefully not a sock. Happy birthday. I'm happy I got the date right. I thought initially I was getting it wrong. Good guy? Who's the good guy? We're enjoying the 2070 Super. It's amazing to hear, man. Free upgrade. Was it your uncle who got the 6900 XT? Is he enjoying that one too? Man, that's a massive, powerful GPU, isn't it? Competitor to the 3090, if I remember correctly. One for each side of his head. Awesome. So, the Series 92 engines were introduced in 1974. Pretty old. It's the successor of the Series 71 engines, I think. Although I'm not familiar with the 71 engines. The Series 71 series. The Series 71 series? The Series 71 engines. But if you look here, and if you can trust what Wikipedia is saying, then yes, the predecessor of this guy is the Series 71, and the successor is our favorite DD, Series 60. So this is like the one generation before our favorite. Yeah, but the main difference is, it's a, where is it? A two-stroke engine. You guys familiar with the two-stroke engine is? There it is. Because normally, the engines these days, most of them, we have a four-stroke engine for the most part. There are four main phases in an engine's, how do you say, power cycle. Yeah. So you have, what is it again? You guys help me remember the four strokes. You have the intake. You have the compression. You have the power. And then you have the exhaust. Something like that, right? Here, it's a two-stroke engine. It's kind of combining both, like, instead of four, and there's only two, because you kind of have two phases at the same time happening. Which is quite interesting. Let's get into the weeds of that a little bit. Let's see if we can find a bit more info on that. Ah, the 71 engine is the one in the Mac R. Oh my goodness. Is it the 6V71 in the Mac R? Oh my goodness. Okay, now I remember. 6800 XT. Your aunt is using the 6900 XT. Wow. Your aunt is more hardcore, huh? Goodness, what are they playing? Hey, Lister. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are enjoying. What? Didn't hear you. 6V71. Goodness. Hey, Chi. Glad you made it. Suck, squish, bang, blow. That can sound for something completely different. I think we'd prefer using different terms to be on the safe side. Let's not go there. Oh my goodness. Jack loves Logitech G Hub. Is that what I read? Oh yeah, I think so too. I just saw a G and I attributed it to Jack's favorite software. It doesn't sound like anything else. No comment. So a two-stroke engine, two-stroke cycle engine. So a four-stroke engine has, let's see if we got that correctly. If it goes through that here, let's go through a four-stroke engine first. Oh, look at that. There's the 4 cycles, right? Welcome to science class with Clumsy. This is what I'm really fond of studying these days. Huge influence from the Flying Fabio. If you don't follow him yet, please do. Twitch.tv/the Flying Fabio. He mainly focuses on Microsoft Flight Simulator, but he's an amazing guy, and he goes into the details. And it's how do you say? It's what is that English term? It's infectious, you know. His love for the detail. There you go. Truck engine class. Yes, exactly. You worked on Detroit two-stroke diesel engines in your apprenticeship days. Wow. What's your impression on them? Are they as loud as they are in the sim? Goodness. So there's the 4 cycles. Let's go start with the first one. So it's the intake, the first one. Compression, power, and exhaust, or also known as, where was that? The suck, the squish, the bang, and the blow. And this is where I'm also interested, where a Jake brake comes into play, because I think it comes into play somewhere here in the exhaust phase. But let's not go through that today. So this is the typical thing, right? 4 strokes. First one, it sucks in air. Second, it compresses that air. The air that comes in, there's also fuel that mixes with it. And then it compresses the fuel and air mixture in a diesel engine. As it compresses, it heats up. And it heats up to such a point that it creates a small explosion, the combustion. So in that spark that we saw pushes the piston. That's the power stroke that creates the motion. And then the gases created from that are exhausted. So that's the 4-stroke. The 2-stroke has a similar concept, but it combines some of these elements, and I can't remember exactly which one it combines. Certain choice of words. Death Stranding. Yeah, congrats, Jack, for finishing that. My goodness, Arianos, 24 months. Happy 2 years, man. Happy 2 years. Thank you for making it to the stream. How are things on your end? It's been a while. They were loud in real life. Yup. Goodness. Well, the 8v92 Zeemod recorded doesn't have a Jake brake. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I didn't want to go into that on the Jake brake topic today, because it's not very applicable for the engine that we're testing out. So let's try and think of this. So the intake looks like it's on this right side. You guys agree? That's that looks like cold air, right, coming in through the intake there. So that's the intake, goes through there. And at the same time, okay, let's read it maybe. And what makes it loud? Maybe that's a good question. Maybe Alex can help shed some light on that. If you combine some of the strokes, why does it get so loud? Let's see. It's so detailed. I don't think we'll have time to read through all of that. Intake, scavenging, exhaust, compression, expansion, uniflow, scavenging. It's too much. It's too much. We need a simple diagram. Alright, Geek Squad, catch you in a bit. compression ignition in a diesel, right? Because in a gas engine, you need a spark to make that combustion, right? With a diesel engine, the diesel, when it heats up enough, it combusts on its own. You don't need that spark. Good hospital entertainment. Oh yes, how are you doing, Chi? Are you still in the hospital? Hope you're feeling better. You're getting twice the power strokes at the same RPM as a 4-stroke. Ah, I kind of get that. So it's kind of, because you're squeezing the 4 strokes into 2, you're kind of, there's more going on in a shorter amount of time. So maybe that can make it louder. Power on every stroke instead of every other stroke. Ah, right. I see. Cool. So that's the compression. That's the power. So the intake is the same as the compression, I think. And the power is the same as the exhaust. Something like that. So when air comes in, it's the same time as the pistons are pushing, compressing. And when it combusts, then the exhaust that comes out from that already exits automatically through that vent there. Something like that maybe. But yes, it's combining the 4 strokes into 2. Okay, but yes, let's not go too detailed there, but the point is it's a 2-stroke, quite different mechanics, right? And what we are driving with today is this 8V92. I think in particular, this is what I chose, the 8V92T. Or was it the TA? One of these, right? One of these is what Zeemod recorded. Okay. And we can see number of cylinders, 08. What is this? Oh, there's a model number, so 8. Ah, interesting. I'm not familiar with that. Oh, the T at the end means it's turbocharged. The TA means it's turbocharged and after-cooled. After-cooled, what is that? Is that different from an intercooler? I think it is because there's a TI intercooler. Intercooled. I'm not familiar with what an after-cooler is. First time I've heard of that. Cool. 92 is the number of cubic inches per cylinder. Yeah, I read that. I didn't quite understand it though. This is this one. A nominal displacement per cylinder of 92 cubic inches, 1510 cc, from which the Series 92 derives its name. Ah. Drawing a blank. I think I don't get the fundamentals of that one yet. But okay, so it started in 1974, and you can see here their Series 92 left the market in the summer of 1995. So it's 95 when the 4-stroke Detroit diesel engine Series 60 was introduced as a replacement. It's pretty cool. So basically from 1974 to 1995, if we're really looking for the edge to edge and the start to finish. And I guess that makes a lot of sense why the DD60 series is my favorite, because it's a 90s engine. My favorite era. The same with the truck. So if you look for a Freightliner truck, oh my goodness, we have bots again. 430 horsepower, not too shabby. Yeah, I purposely chose the weakest engine, yeah, in this series. At least in the ones from Zeemod's list, because there are more powerful ones. Because driving the Mac R, I found it more enjoyable to struggle a bit, you know, find the right shift ring. You'll notice in this diagram no valves. Fuel enters and leaves via ports in the cylinder wall. Ah, right. Makes sense. Oh my goodness, super! That's the way Super says hi, guys. Thank you for 5 subs. Congrats on the gifted subs, guys. Thank you, Super. Appreciate that. My goodness. Happy lurking. Thanks for making it, man. 8V92 has 8 cylinders, 92 cubic inches of each for a total of 736 cubic inches capacity. So cubic inches capacity of what? Sorry, I think that's the part I'm not getting. That must sound very basic. But, help me out. Hey NL, glad you made it. Sorry, I almost missed your message. Science class is starting to become it. Yes, because I'm really enjoying the internal parts of it. Hey, Aloha Money. Welcome back. Oh yes, Thorn. Glad you made it back here. Thanks for joining, man. And yes, International LT. I think so, right? Because of the Wyoming trailer. Looks like it's going to be a thing. Displacement of 92 cubic inches per cylinder. What does displacement mean? That's how much fuel or how much air is coming in? Or yes. So Freightliner trucks. So we saw, right? 1974s to 1990s. If you look at the models, if you just jump into the models, you'll see 1974 is the WFC. I'm not really familiar with this. Neither am I familiar with the FLA, but that seems to be a cab over. What is a COE? No idea. But there's also the FLB, our favorite, one of our favorites, right? From Harvin, Freightliner FLB. That's from 1987 to 1997. And if you look more, let's change the track there. Cab over engine. Ah, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. I also see a term here. One second. Alright, here. But anyway, so we have a lot of the different trucks. And we have the Classic series. The Classic XL is from 1990 to 2010. So I'm not sure if realistically this is a good match, right? The 8V92 versus the Classic XL. Maybe in reality it didn't really happen. But just from the years, at least there is a slight overlap. 1990 to 1995, it should have still been the 92, Series 92 that was in production. Because it only ended in 1995. So not so far-fetched, right? It's kind of believable, so I think we can do that. Right? It will hold approximately 1.5 liters of fluid in air. Ah, so that mixture of the air-fuel mixture, that's the 92 cubic inches per cylinder capacity kind of thing. Enjoying the lesson on engines. I'm enjoying it too because I'm just learning this now. Learn as you go, right? And thank goodness we have guys like Alex and Chi who are more familiar with these things to help guide us along the right path. Cubic inches is the swept volume of the piston in the cylinder. Swept volume. So that's how much is happening inside the cylinders. That's the most basic way to put it. Cool stuff. Alright, I think we're done with the science class. It's time to apply this practically. So let's get into the sim. Imagine it was 8 Clumsy mugs holding 1.5 liters. Oh, speaking of Clumsy mugs, exclamation point merch. If you are interested in getting your own mug. Is that a good enough plug? Thank you, Alex. That's the perfect segue. It's like it was planted by Chi. Thanks, Chi. Yeah, that's amazing. Super great to hear it. Hey, take a photo, share it with us. And show us what you put inside. Tequila. Coffee. Chi gets a cut. Yeah. Your commission will be in the mail, Chi. Tea. Ah, sounds good. Sounds good. Alright, so what do we have? We have the mod manager. That's the guy. Detroit 8V92TA, right? So I bought this a while ago. I was hoping I could get a free copy, but I think Z is super busy. So I wasn't able to get it. So I just bought it. I'm sure it will be worth it. So we'll be driving with this engine on the Freightliner Classic by John Ruda. Let me see. I was thinking of actually doing the FLC from XBS, but I saw that it wasn't compatible with 141 yet. But yes, I'm missing the Freightliner Classic XL really, so here we go. The Freightliner Classic XL from John Ruda. This is a payware mod. I can't remember how much it is. 15 USD maybe. Something like that. Freightliner Classic XL. And we'll still be hauling with Bart's Max Stepdeck, because I haven't explored the other cargoes yet. Plenty of cargoes to explore. And I paid $15 for this, so might as well maximize it, right? Or is it 18? Oh, you guys know what it was. Right, go. Truck go vroom. Right. Let's go and load it up. The difference between the piston at the bottom of the travel and the piston at the top of the travel. Ah, I see. So that travel. Okay, I see. Cool. And that means a bigger space there is a more powerful oomph. Because the more that piston moves, the more it moves the crankshaft, right? So the more the engine gets driven, the more that piston travels, the farther it travels. Or the more it can, at least the potential. Z is trucking in real life. Oh yeah, I saw that. It's cool as well. If you guys follow, what's his name? Amazing guy. Amazing YouTuber. Fox on the Box, right? I'm sure you watch his videos. Amazing editing skills, focusing on trucking. I think his GPU broke, and I think he's friends with Zeemod. They probably interact a lot, and Zeemod sent his old GPU to Fox, so that Fox can continue creating amazing videos. Amazing stuff. And then recently, I think Zeemod is also driving in real life, trucking in real life, driving a Volvo while recording it to help out with the trucking stuff. I think there's a shortage right now with drivers. Might be. 1 second. The most knowledge I've ever gotten. Great to hear, Blackout. Thank you. Same for me. Learned a lot too. Total confusion, exactly. Yes, with limitations. I understand. It also depends on the compression ratio. It's never that simple, is it? Right. Yeah, I saw that arc. While he was driving, he was also recording. The Volvo FH definitely will be getting back on that truck when it releases. Volumetric efficiency. Nosebleed. In the Philippines, we attribute mental capacity overload to nosebleed. I don't know why, but it doesn't seem like a thing in other countries. Welcome to the stream, Troy. Thanks for joining. Alright. So that's our route. We're starting off from Denver, picking up stuff from FedEx. Military containers from FedEx. I'm not sure why they'll have it, but they do. And we'll make our way to Albuquerque. And then after we deliver this, we'll drive towards the musical route and see if we can hear the music that Drive Safely improved on. You guys notice if I had the sound fixes back in the mods list? It should be there. It should be there. I hope I didn't remove it or accidentally forgot it. Usually a long stroke favors torque and a short one high. Ah, makes a lot of sense. Right. Yes, it's there. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the spot. Even without the Clumsy in the mix, you guys still saw the mod order. Alright, let's do this. Let's go ahead. Start driving. Looking forward to the Volvo sounds. My goodness, Z is a workhorse, isn't he? Non-stop working. And non-stop damage on the wallet for us. But it's a good problem to have. Yes. Alright, so there it is. Man. My favorite truck. Favorite ATS truck. I also changed the interior a bit. Made it have a wooden interior. I kind of like the classic, more classic look versus having an aluminum one. The frames, not the smoothest. I think I'm not getting 60 here. 1 second, let's see. Yeah, look at that. Only 50. My GPU is not maxing out, but I'm capping at the CPU somewhere. The main thread is at 86%. That's the one that's bottlenecking us. But that's not bad. You just cannot expect such good frames with this Freightliner Classic. John Ruda has not optimized this as good as the other trucks. Anyway, gotta go. Alright, Blackout, if you are still here, let's hear the engine before you go. Here we go. I love that initial oomph and that idle sound. Oh my goodness. Density of the air. Oh my goodness. Air density sounds like aviation. I love it. Need to change my underwear. That might be an accurate statement. Hey Rook, welcome back, man. Glad you made it. Induction methods, exhaust efficiencies. Whew, love it. Oh yeah, that kind of sounds familiar. No surprise on the quality from Zeemod, exactly. Let's try to rev it very, very softly or very slowly so we can hear each of the ranges of the RPM and how the engine kind of starts to scream bit by bit. I opened the windows as well so we can hear it better. Ooh, there's different layer. My goodness, this engine comes alive at 2100 RPM. Loud Detroit in our ears. At 2100, you guys hear? It's like you put another engine on top of it. Oh my goodness. Let's double check the audio settings if I have the right volume here. It sounds so quiet now. Okay, I do have the recommended stuff there, I think. Good. Kinda sounds like an American muscle car. Oh yeah, true. Maybe those are the engines that they had. Oh, I almost forgot about that. That seems pretty strong. I haven't seen that since 140, I think. I'm not so sure. Now, as some of you guys have mentioned already, the only downside for this engine is I don't think it has any Jake brakes. I don't think it has any engine brakes. So I'm not sure how we will be slowing down when we need to, except by stepping on the brakes. I wonder how they did it before. Let's try it. Jake brake? Oh yeah, there is nothing. Look at the switch. I'm not even sure if we're slowing down. I don't think so. There's not even a sound, so it does not exist. D&E. Surprised anyone is driving Peterbilts over there. All their tight roads. Where is Burn? Oh, in the UK. Wow. Peterbilt 379. Maybe Z was driving it. Maybe he was recording. I don't know. There are many American trucks there in the UK. Class 1 expires in 2 years' time. Wow. Congrats. Hey, Cornetic. Kerbal. Oh. It's literally rocket science, huh? I tried before. Cornetic, thanks for joining, by the way. My brain couldn't handle it. It was too much for my brain. Oh, 1500 is too weak. I think we shift at 2000 at least. How's the volume for you guys? Just okay? Louder? Softer? Let me know, okay? Now I don't hear any shifting on the... Oh yeah, because I'm used to Oh, I turned on the jakes and nothing happened. Whew. How do you slow down with this engine, guys? How do you slow down? Goodness, maybe I should have taken a transmission with the retarder. You'd like to be at 55 again. Hey, Emmanuel, by the way. Thanks for joining, man. Sorry I missed some people, guys. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying the science class and the roaring of these engines now. Downshifting. I think Alex mentioned that too. If I downshift, yeah, engine braking is something I still have to study. The inner workings of an engine braking, and how it slows down. Let's try it. I guess that's the best we can do, right? Slow us down. Asian Truck Sim, I know, right? That will require humongous amounts of research. Downshifting is it. Engine brake, natural engine braking. Hey, Globkey. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for the follow. Stay here. My finger is itching to turn on that jake brake. I have to resist. Woo. It just screams, but the scream that it has, it's a bit muted, which is quite good actually. Goodness. I think we should shift at 2400 RPM just for the sounds. You guys agree? Denver International, Kden, Kilo Delta, Echo November. This might be where we should start our crossover logistics journey. Taking one load from one sim, delivering it somewhere, and then picking that up from the next sim until we get to the final destination where that cargo should go. Kden, Denver International might be a good place to start, or to bridge together flight sim and truck sim. But how do we connect that to train sim? Are there any Train Sim World 2 routes near this place? Near Denver? Plan ahead. Good point. Crankcase pressure, is that good or bad? A slider? Sorry, couldn't hear you with the engine. How are you? Glad you managed to join today. Thanks for making the time, guys. Zeemod's upcoming tippers. It is interesting. I'm not sure yet if I like it, but I will definitely be looking forward to it and seeing how it looks, how it goes. It's going to be his first venture into trailers, right? That's bad. Oh my goodness. So does that mean we shouldn't rev up to 2500? But it sounds so good. You good, bro? Too bad Calvin isn't here. Yes, favorite YouTuber with the super cool guy, the super chill guy, just driving along. Every trucker he meets. You guys might know that guy. I think he's famous in YouTube. Alright, let's see. Yes, everything is good, Harry. Thank you for joining. There you go. Military containers is a bit of a question mark. No icon. Oh, I think there is an icon at the back, but there, in addition, there is this question mark. It just means top secret, right? Military container. Redacted. You always find Denver International's roof design monumentally weird. It's supposed to be a bunch of teepees or something like that. Oh, that guy with that one? Oh, there's a train there. Or is that a monorail or something? And what's the name of the stallion? Lucifer, right? My memory is not failing me completely today. FedEx. We have some planes here. UPS, FedEx. I think we even have an Antonov company over here. 1 second. Yeah, we have an Antonov. Is this like the Antonov, the airplane manufacturer with the humongous Russian planes? Or maybe that's a different Antonov. I don't know. Ooh, that base. We don't have Calvinator. Oh man. Oh, okay. The terminal. Oh, not here. Okay, I see. I don't think I've seen that yet. I kind of like this 8V92, this engine, because it's loud, but it's not screamingly loud. So it's a bit subdued, I guess. Maybe in reality it will be louder, but for the sake of your ears in the game, and for the sake of when you're driving long distances, I think it's a good move by Zeemod to not make it as screaming as possible. Oh my goodness, that's so bad. I love the engine sound. I think this is the equivalent of the Scania DC16 164 with the machine gun idle. I do wish it had jakes, but this is a good practice in learning how to plan ahead, as Alex said, and not rely on immediate braking. You guys know what planes those are? It has 3 engines, one on each wing and one on the tail. MD-80 maybe? I haven't flown any of those 3 engine planes. Not familiar with them. Looks good. I think so far this engine has been the most distinctive. I think if I could ever distinguish any of the engines, this might be the one that I can clearly like, oh, 8V92, something like that. It's very different from the usual sound. Denver's airport, yeah. You were just here to see your sister. Hey, Nico. Wow, that's cool. Maybe we'll see you waving here as well. Cool, man. Oh, there it is. Military containers indeed. Even the color is military-ish enough. Yes, it is, Emmanuel. Exactly. So there is we learned a while ago when we were studying that there is a 6V92, that's a V6, and an 8V92, it's a V8. So indeed, it is a V8 engine. Woo! That startup is the best. Goodness, you can almost imagine the smoke coming out as you start the engine that way. Old G29 shifter with a T300. Oh, mixing it out. That's interesting. Does the T300 not have a shifter? Alright, G. Oh, that's okay. Get some rest, G. Hope you feel better. Thank you for joining and for all the inputs. Appreciate it, man. Catch you soon. So the pointy roof is the Jeppesen terminal, which is supposed to represent both Native American teepees and the Rocky Mountains. Oh, interesting. That's the one you're mentioning that's not in here in the game. I wish I could have seen that. Maybe I can see that in Flight Sim. I'll keep an eye out. Yeah, so there is a train, there is a truck, and there is a plane. This is the perfect spot for that crossover logistics convergence. It's an optional and Thrustmaster. Ah, I see. Like 200 pounds or something. Okay, I see. You guys want a viewpoint? Let's take a short break. Haven't even driven and going on a break already. What a slacker. I see a viewpoint in front of us, so why not? Let's enjoy a bit of the sightseeing. Maybe we'll get to see that terminal that NL was talking about. The lazy geek. I'll take that. Love Denver's train system. It's a lot better than anything in Detroit. Are there lots of train routes in Denver? There we go. USB adapter, Logitech shifter. Oh, there you go. Trust Alex to know how that works. Cool. There it is. Terminal. There's a west and east terminal apparently. Each with their own airlines assigned. Makes sense. That's the way it goes here as well in Singapore, in our airport. Oh, what plane is this? Oh my goodness. Massive 4-engine cargo plane. Is this similar to like the, what was it? The one that left Kabul? Was it the C-17? The military cargo plane? You know, I just triggered that viewpoint, guys, so I have an excuse to start the engine again. Because it just sounds so good. 1 second. Okay. I was thinking if that rod right there, you guys see? That metal rod that's shining? If that's on the ground, like that guy, or if that's on our truck. I think that's part of our truck, so we should be safe. Yes, it is part of our truck. Okay. Did 6K. Goodness, how long did that take? That is amazing. Go for it, Troy. Hey, Juggy, thank you for joining the stream. How are you? Are you an ATS fan as well? Man, these sounds. Alright, let's go plan ahead. There we go. There's the link for the... Sorry guys, I'm trying to focus because I don't have the luxury of a Jake brake anymore. I'm trying to remember what gear I was in, trying to feel it out because I can't look at my arm. And it's too late by then. Give me a bit of time to adjust to this Jake-less system. It's a bit weird. ETS2. Nice. Are you excited for the upcoming Heart of Russia DLC? That's the main issue. Know about Leo Bonar one, but it was a lot of money to get it to Spain. Ah, yeah, that's often the difficulty. These things often come from the US and UK. You have to ship it all the way. First time on Twitch, learned a lot from your YouTube videos. Oh, that's amazing to hear, Juggy. That is great to hear. Thanks for making it to the stream. Shipment was almost the same as the adapter. Oh yeah. Yeah, Mrs. Clumsy has a similar dilemma. She's looking for a certain product that's available only in the US. And the shipping costs like twice or 3 times as the product that she wants to buy. I kind of wish we have interior sounds, especially for Freightliner, so we can hear like the shifter moving into place. But it's okay. Not all bad. Yeah, that's a good point. There we go. Hey, Anthony. Thanks for joining, man. I hear a lot of some kind of fan. Or is that the turbo whine? Maybe. It's not as teeny as the turbo whine I'm familiar with, but it is kind of whining a bit lower in frequency, a bit more bassy. But it seems to be going with, as I step on the gas, so step on the pedal, it seems to directly correlate with that. So the more I step on the gas, the louder that kind of fan is. Interesting. Yes. Definitely agree, Troy. The works by XPS are highly recommended. If you're not familiar with him, xbsmods.tk, or you can check !mods in chat here. Should give you a link. That's where I list all the mods I'm using. If you look under the ETS2 tab, there are a couple of trucks there by XBS, X-Ray Bravo Sierra. He makes a lot of classic trucks. DAF 95, DAF F241, Mac, not Mac, Mercedes SK. Lots of classic trucks for ETS2, all free. And compatible with 141. Hey bro, why do we always have that duplicate sound alert? I still don't understand. I think I have a wrong setup somewhere. Thanks, Alex. Hey Abba, welcome to the stream, thanks for joining. Thrustmaster shifter seems a bit cheap in feeling for the price. I thought the Thrustmaster shifter was very good. Or are there, I guess there are multiple models for it, huh? But I heard that the Thrustmaster shifter is a very realistic feeling one. I'm not sure which model that is though. Which lane? Left side, I think. Stay here. 25 south. Yes, exactly. I love the markings. Hello, Colorado. And you guys have been hyping about Wyoming as well, right? And some of you guys have been saying that it might be, oh crap, it might be that actually Wyoming might be able to beat Colorado in terms of how amazing it looks. It might beat Colorado and take that spot for best DLC. I won't proclaim it yet for sure because we haven't seen it. But there is a chance, there is potential. The length of the trailer alone shows you that there is so much to see in the upcoming Wyoming DLC. Right? With that trailer from ATS, from SES, 2 minutes plus, showing so many different landscapes. It looks amazing so far. We'll see if it is as good as it seems. By the way guys, you guys notice something? Something's missing. We haven't taken a photo yet, but that will soon change as we pass the stadium. What's the name of this stadium again? In 1 second guys, I'll get back to chat in a bit. Let me just position myself here and we'll get right on photo taking, like so. Hey Cellabones, how are you, man? Thanks for joining. There we go. Thanks for the link to the site from XBS, Alex. Oh, even older models. I see. Yeah, I'm not sure if there are older ones. That might be right up Alex's alley. If you're talking about super classic trucks, like what, 50s? I know. Man, that looks amazing. I missed this truck. Can match Harvin's attention detail. Is it because I saw you guys were talking about that and I was a bit lost. Isn't Harvin's truck the International HX520 Or does he also have an LT? Because I don't think I've driven that before. Isn't it the LT that's coming? It's really nice. Okay, there you go. That's what I heard. The Thrustmaster shifter. US 101 in Washington. Oh, right. I think I remember that. The international LT is by Galimim. I think that's what I remember. Isn't that the one by Frank Peru? And then Galimim optimized? I read though that SCS will most likely omit Yellowstone National Park from the DLC due to space issues. But I believe that trucks are discouraged from driving there anyway. Right. Yeah, I've heard that concern. Some of the national parks aren't there. But I guess if we have still enough content, shouldn't be the biggest deal. That's the one, yes, the HX520 is the one by Harvin. So which one is coming, do you guys think? From what I've heard, it's the LT that is coming from SCS based on the trailer. Originally by Frank Peru, fixed by Galimim. Okay, thank you. It's the LT that's coming. Okay, I see. I wouldn't know how to differentiate between them. Are you guys familiar? Which one do you use where? Because I think the HX520 is used more for heavy hauling, is it? How about the LT? Does the LT stand for something like long travel? Long trucking? Yeah, the Thrustmaster TMX. Is it good? I'm not familiar with Thrustmaster wheels, unfortunately. The T682. Didn't we have a T680 already? Is this a new one that's coming out? LT is an over-the-road truck, so it's similar to what do you say? It's like the Cascadia, maybe. The Lone Star. The Lone Star is what? I don't know what that's used for. Maybe also more heavy cargo. International long travel. Yeah, it does seem like it, right? So usually that's how they name these things. Like Volvo, I think, right? When I asked you guys, what was that? What are these Volvo truck model names? Trying to remember, I can't quite remember. Is this Colorado Springs? Might see downtown here somewhere. You have a local. The Ugly Star. Yeah, not the favorite. Not a favorite among many people. Sorry guys, I'm driving all over the place. Trying to get used to the feel of the truck. Hey Juggy. Running 4K screen with an RTX 3090. Nice. Change the graphics settings using the guide. I've started to still struggle to hit 60. You mean the Nvidia Profile Inspector settings? You should be able to get 60, but it might also depend what CPU do you have, because ATS, ETS2, it has been known to be very heavy on the CPU, on a single thread in your CPU. So like what you saw a while ago, I think if I show it now, it will be the same. Like this guy, see, I don't have 60 either. And you see my GPU is only 79, 80%. But my CPU main thread, the first one on the list, the CPU, the first blue line, it's going 80%, right? That means I am capping off on the CPU. The bottleneck is in the CPU, and the GPU is not able to stretch its legs. I think we can sleep here. I see a stop up ahead. Downshift to slow down. Some natural minimal engine braking. That's not helping at all. I really have to step on the brakes. The lights at night become much more realistic looking. In daytime, it looks so overblown. It's a bit weird. Lone Star is only good for being laughed at. Oh my goodness, savage. Savage. You've seen the Lone Star in real life, you're not a fan of it. Yeah, I can understand. True Force. You have the TMX, it's an entry-level wheel, but it's the same innards. Ooh. That super low rev, 1 second. There it is. The gurgling range. I call that the gurgling range, 600 RPM. Oh, that's my favorite range. True Force. Same innards as the next expensive wheel. Ah, I see. So very practical. Wish they did the LT instead of the Lone Star. Yeah, from a, how do you say, usability point of view, the LT seems to be a more common truck. Wouldn't it, if it's an over-the-road truck? Something that competes with the Cascadia, maybe? I still forget the Volvo models, guys. You guys remember? The Volvo US truck models. VNL, that's the one. VNL, VNR, the VN Long, VN Regional. Remember what Alex was sharing with me. So yeah, the names usually are representative. The letters are usually not rocket science what they mean. Let's see our fuel. Is this guy chugging fuel? No, still full. Wow, okay. There you go, thank you. VNL indeed. Bromance. Bromance with the Logitech G Hub. Oh, please no. And those idle sounds. Oh, we have a truck behind us. Interesting. You uninstalled it? Oh my goodness. Can't see very well. Hi, Mrs. Clumsy. Not too bad parking. I'll take it. I like the lighting, the reflections on the other truck. But I'm not getting that sleeping icon. Why not? Maybe it's not here. Where could it be? There it is. Okay. Best parking ever. If this guy had a trailer, we would have smashed into him. Okay. 1 second. Let's see. Ryzen 9 3900. GPU running at 99%. Ooh. What truck are you driving with? That sounds intense for a 3090. Maybe you can ask Alex. Ooh, so good. Have a good one, Abba. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for dropping by, and catch you in a bit. Thanks for the company. Waiting to see the Thrustmaster DD coming out. I think I get what you mean. I think they do have a new wheel coming out, right? Let's try and drive with open windows. Yeah, the startup sound. That's my favorite, and then the following that is the chugging range. The gurgle range. Hey Rohan. What? Say. 2-stroke DD for the win. Volvo F88. I think XBS had a Volvo F88. That model sounds so familiar to me. No jake brake. Cheap DD War is going to be good. Yeah, it's great to hear. More DD wheels coming out. Although until now, I'm still not sure how it improves the experience. What are you laughing at, Alan? Nothing happened. Moving on. Why can't I hear you? Blame the engine. G923. A true DD. Exactly. Yeah, it's nice to see the direct drives getting into the mainstream market. That will make them more accessible and cheaper, hopefully. So, but I still don't understand how it improves, why it's better. A direct drive. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the inner workings. Does it mean it has better force feedback, or does it mean it's heavier? Not quite sure. I have very limited experience when it comes to steering wheels. Hey, Alpha Star! Thanks for joining, man. Welcome back. What are you driving with recently? Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase. Now that's hardcore. Awesome stuff, man. Congrats. That's only one part of the equation, right? It's like you have to... It's like modular when you're building that. Trying to catch up with chat, guys. Clock tuner by Wanusmus. Oh, I think I have the power profile from him for the Ryzen. But yeah, I'm not sure why your GPU will be maxed out at a 3090 will be maxed out and not reaching 60 FPS. It sounds a bit excessive. Sorry, I wasn't able to read it. Did you mention what truck? Maybe try a different truck. Try a vanilla, a default SES truck. Try to go try a vanilla profile first, no mods, just to see how it will look. The performance. That might help. No moving parts. Oh. The shaft is connected to the motor. Oh. So you get more detail. So the traditional steering wheel, these ones we're using, does it have a lot of like gears to connect stuff? And that kind of takes away the feedback, I guess. Makes wonders with the 3600 with a bit of tweaking. Nice. Automatic tuner for Zen 2 and newer CPUs. Adjusts voltages and frequency. But The default BIOS should be doing that already, right? With the precision boost and all the other fancy names from AMD. But I guess that application does that manually, or does that more effectively. I see. Mac R powered by Detroit 8V92. Mac R power. Oh yeah, we could actually drive with the Mac R2, huh? That would fit very well with this engine. As Alex was saying, the engines we were trying with it before were the predecessor, the 6V71, I think, if I remember correctly. Fanatec has the ecosystem. Base and wheel rims are separate components. Yeah. I see, I see. Well, enjoy, man. Let us know how it goes and share some pics when you get it. Excited for you. You're driving a default truck. Oh, interesting. And you have a 3090? I think because I have a 3080 and I try a triple monitor setup oftentimes. And oh, first time I've seen those cracks on the road. Let's take a photo here. Nice bridge. So I drive in triple monitor setup most of the time. Well, offline. When I drive offline, I oftentimes go triple monitor setup. And I have a video on this, but if you compute the number of pixels, a triple monitor 1440 resolution actually has more pixels than a 4K screen. So that means I would get lower FPS than if I was driving or using 4K resolution. But still, with that triple monitor setup on my 3080, I could get 60 in some cases. Not often, but it does happen. So I'm usually at the 50 FPS mark. Then sometimes it reaches 60, sometimes it goes below to 30, depending on the scenario. But your 3090 should be able to handle that. Do you have updated GPU drivers and whatnot? It's interesting. Just found the F88 by XPS. Nice. Is it compatible with 141? I haven't tried it in a while. Okay, let's continue. 3090 Super. Yeah. What they need is to make their GPUs available. Samsung ultrawide 49-inch. Yeah, that's a very famous one. Is that the G9? Or is that different? McDonald's, anyone? Drive-through? Not 75. I know, right? Stay here, okay. It's all been updated. I'm not sure then. You never get 60? What FPS are you getting? Maybe that's just how it is. .4. Oh, might not be updated. Yeah. 5K 240 Hz monitor. And then you barely get 60 in truck sim. Not the best monitor for that setup, I think. Your current Fanatec wheelbase is 5 years old. Ah, nice. Sold on the reliability of their products. You definitely get what you pay for, right? It's great to hear. Yeah. Since in the process of updating the F88. Nice. I even forgot how that looks like now, but I remember that's a pretty classic looking truck. Yeah. Don't expect high FPS when you're driving the Classic XL. Getting 60 is an achievement already. Not the most optimized truck. I'm bottlenecked by my CPU. GPU is just chilling at 68% at the moment. Yeah, the FLC. I was hoping it was updated. I was thinking of driving with that today. Autocars also got removed from the website. Ah, right. Yeah, when I looked at the ATS list of trucks from XBS, it's only the FLC that remained there. It's a good point. Yeah, a lot of people are into the classic trucks. Thankfully, we have the XBS for it. Hope we get more. Hope we get more guys like him. Can you 1440 and 4K monitors to get better FPS? You can, but it depends on the monitor because it's not an exact fit, right? So I think it will look a bit weird. Like for me, if I'm on 1440 and I switch my resolution to 1080, it will look weird. It will look worse than if I have 1080 on a 1080 monitor. Like there's some, it's hard to explain, but it looks a bit jagged, not perfect. Yeah. I think if your 4K cannot handle, if your system cannot handle 4K, jump to 1080 instead of 1440. That might look better because it's purely, it's cleanly divisible, right? 1080 times 4K, something like that. But 1440 to 4K is like an odd decimal result. So you get some weird artifacts in there. MAN F200. Oh, I haven't heard of that. Is that a classic, I imagine? FLB with the DD60. Oh yes. 2070 Super has similar performance at 1080 Ti. Yes, that would make sense. Usually the next generation is equivalent to the previous generation's higher tier. So 1080 would be like a 2070, something like that. And then 1080 Ti maybe a 2070 Super, more or less. You can change your resolution of the resolution of your game. I think Truck Sim has some resolution. Let's see. If I go to options, graphics, yeah, this one, the resolution here. You can try and changing that. Or if you're using Nvidia Profile Inspector, right? You can go 2x in the website. There's like a 4x setting and a 2x setting. You can lower that to 2x. Although, to be honest, if you're on a 3090, it feels like a shame to go to 2x because 3090 should be able to handle the 4x fine. But, let's put it this way. Since you're on 4K already, maybe you don't need NPI. Because I have NPI because I have a 1440 resolution screen. So the jagged edges are bad if I don't use NPI. But since you're on 4K, you might not need NPI at all. I'm not so sure. I think we have some folks here who have 4K screens and they don't need NPI. So what you can do is try removing the NPI settings and instead tweaking your scaling. Let me pause again, guys. So remove NPI and then instead use the scaling here. So do your 4K resolution and change the scaling here. Maybe try 400. If it's too much, lower it down until you get the acceptable FPS and see how that looks for you. If you notice any jagged edges or whatnot. Because I think it might not be relevant to 4K as much, the NPI tweaks. Oops, sorry. Anyone waiting for the LT? Yeah. Yeah, the sounds, I'm not sure. Oh, do you guys remember the Wyoming trailer? In the Wyoming trailer, the start of the trailer, they had the truck start up the engine, right? It didn't sound so bad to me. Do you think they improved it? Is that maybe a hint that they improved the sounds? Or is it because I think in general the SCS startup sounds are not the worst anyway, they're okay, right? It's the actual engine revving that is bad. but the startup is generally okay. You overclock the MSI afterburner. Oh, nice. Fancy. Craft Vecco. There we go. Yeah, I think Jack needs to stretch his legs. Hasn't exercised those small powers in a bit. Might be apt for a birthday present, right? Just saying. I won't take it against you if you do. Wish granted. Sure thing, Jaggy. Hope it works. Let us know how it goes. The moment to step on the accelerator. What happened? Anything over 300% scaling with 4K is a bit unnecessary. That would make sense. Because you already have 4K. And at 200%, does that mean you have 8K textures or something like that? Yeah. Or 8K rendering rather. And then downscaling it to 4K. So maybe 4K at 200% would be overkill already. The Alaska map mod, nice. Is that free, Alex? Or is it available to everyone who pays? And how much, if ever? I might want to look at that. Thank you, thank you. Was that for me? The applause? I'll take it nonetheless. Is it free? No, okay, there you go. How much is it? You timed him out. No comment. That's my birthday gift. Oh my goodness. That's gold. Beautiful. 20 USD. Is the map okay? Is the map big enough? Because I would want to try it as well. The photos you've been posting, Alex, are very intriguing. Looks very nice. I might hold off until after Wyoming though. I think with Wyoming coming in 2 weeks, we might need to lay low on the mods for a bit, for compatibilities and stuff. Mod permissions. Good luck asking for Jack. Asking that from Jack. My goodness, birthday powers, huh? With SES default sounds, the starting isn't the worst. Yeah, completely agree. Oftentimes, actually, I even have a hard time recognizing, for example, Krishbom's versus SES sounds when it comes to the startup. Right? The startup sound is good already from SES. It's not like the best, right? But it's passable. But I think it's really the mixing as the engine revs up. That's really the weakest point. AlaskaMod.com, thank you. Quite a long road. Ah, nice. Thanks, Mods. Wyoming giveaway, ban that guy. I'm asking for giveaways here. But without NPI, would you get the shimmering on the fences? I hate that. Ideally, you shouldn't, Juggy, because if you're on 4K resolution already, it should be that the things are high quality enough, and then if you tweak the scaling, that should help lessen it. So ideally you shouldn't need NPI, but you'll have to test it out for yourself because it's different per resolution. For me, at 1440 resolution, if I'm using the default settings, even at 400%, there's still the shimmering, the jagged edges as well, so I like NPI more. But at 4K, that might be a completely different picture. License issue with Cummins and Detroit Diesel, why they won't use real sounds? No, they're recording the engines already, right? Maybe not all of the engines, but they're recording some of the engines. They have some pretty fancy equipment. Is that a train station, guys? It is, right? Oh. I'm thinking crossover logistics. New Mexico? Oh, but there might not be a Train Sim World route in New Mexico, huh? Haven't heard of it yet. Albuquerque Junction coming up ahead. The iconic looking bridge with blue railings and whatnot. When do you get a sword? Never. You have a diamond already. Let me see. Don't trust Scotsman with the sword. I think a train would better fit him. Why don't you try subbing multiple times, Scotsman, to trigger a hype train so you get the badge? Trusting Jack with the sword is bad enough. A commuter train station, nice. That would fit very well. That looks like a station from Transport Fever that I would make. I was actually thinking about this the other day, like crossover logistics, right? But this might be taking it one notch too high, but the concept is interesting at least. Like, theoretically, you could even add Transport Fever to that mix. Like doing stuff in Transport Fever, creating a line in Transport Fever, and then assigning a truck or assigning a something, creating that line there, and then like zooming in, and then getting transported into ATS, actually driving the route, and then switching lines, delivering it, switching lines, switching sims. You know, it's like your Transport Fever is your high level thing. Then you zoom in, drive the real thing, and then you have like an end-to-end simulator. Now that's crossover logistics. It would take a lot of time in editing though. I'm a bit too lazy to implement, but it would be nice. Sound guy has some. No comment, no comment. I might get blacklisted, so no comment. We have to be at our nicest. Discovered a new viewpoint. Ooh, where? Haven't seen that. Free Prime sub, nice. Congrats on the sub. There you go, birthday gift. Got to turn a different time zone. 2:30. Oh my goodness, yeah. Super late. Thanks for staying nonetheless. Glad you made it to the stream, Juggy. And good luck. Let us know how your tweaking goes. Hope you find the right mix. Have a good one and a happy weekend in advance. Thanks. The new bus sim, definitely, Scotsman. Do you remember when the release date is? Because I remember it's also September 7. Like everything is September 7. Which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have, right? Seeing roads to Montana and road signs in Idaho already. Wow. You guys are good. So wait, you see that in Idaho. Oh, okay. Cool. Maybe they're also working on that already, huh? Montana and Texas will be awesome additions to ATS. Definitely agree. Do they have any hints on Texas? I think that's coming, what, maybe next year? September 7, my goodness. So yes, we have a 777 kind of thing. We have Wyoming, we have Bus Sim 21, and we have the World Update 6 in Flight Simulator, which includes Austria, Germany, Switzerland, revamp or improvements, handcrafting goodness in the scenery. Switzerland! Okay, slow down. It's not working. Not working. It sounds good though. See, told you it's not working. Where's that shake when you need it? Blame the engine. Blame the engine. Whoop! Hit someone in front and now hit someone at the back. Oh, that's a combo, and this guy won't leave me. Oi! There you go. Wasn't me. Two-stroke collision, exactly. Two-stroke collision. How apt. Alan looks scared. Yeah, he's so scared he just closed his eyes. Wake me up when it's over. Blame Scotsman. Why not? Airport. Airport. This is one more candidate, right? Delivering to New Mexico, to and from, connecting flight sim and truck sim. Your birthday is next week. Oh wow, what are you getting yourself? Have you gotten a gift yet? New PC? Maybe Iberia. A light punt. Just a nudge. More trains in DLCs. Rush Hour season ticket sounds good. Like Iberia. I doubt you'll be able to drive. You won't have time to drive. You're too busy driving trains. Every missing DLC, oh my goodness. Heart of Russia DLC, who gave it away? There was a giveaway already? By SCS? Wow. Does that mean release is coming soon? Leaves. Bye! I wish we could have memes here in Twitch, huh? Like how we have it in Discord. It will be, our chat will then be littered with the bromance memes. My goodness. Once those bromance memes pop, they don't stop. Gave away 3 copies, wow. Never implement. He left fiery footprints, he ran so fast. Speaking of fiery footprints, this might be a reach, but did you guys play Diablo 2 before? Were you guys into that? I was a huge fan of Diablo before, back when I got into simulators. You know, my friends from college, my friends from high school, no, college mainly, they're all super hyped about the upcoming Diablo 2 remake. Because during that time, it was we were in college then when that era came out. And I remember we were playing like 8 players, multiplayer, and doing PvP and stuff. Just messing about. Nice time. And nice to see a remake. I'm not normally fond of remakes. As you guys might know, I'm not very, how do you say? I'm not a huge fan of looking back, like playing old games. But this one, I think, was remade very nicely. I might just play it. Of course, not on the channel. That would be a completely different genre, but yeah, I might play it. We'll see. Oh, yeah, that's too sharp. That's too sharp. Seems like a year for remasters. RDR2 has been forgotten. Yeah. Requires too much of a time investment for me to get into the story, unfortunately. Because what I like is to be able to jump in and out of a game 30 minutes at a time when I have some free time. But with a game with a heavy storyline, I think I will be a bit left hanging with only a very limited amount. So I'll have to pause it for now till I get more time. There we go. Yeah, definitely liking the engine sound. Not a huge fan that there is no jailbreak, but it's how it is, right? So it's very realistic. So just something that we have to get used to. But yeah, I like how unique it sounds. Remaking Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Oh. Diablo Sim World, yeah. After Wyoming. You mean which one? The Russia? Oh yeah, might be, huh? Or maybe late 2021? Oh, it might be too early. I think it will be 2022. Someone said RDR2. Flawless. Lucky. Oh yes, let's drive through the musical road here to the east. Let's see if there's a job going there. I have my doubts we'll find a job going that way. The Tonka toy. Let's see. Let's see. That can work, but it's a long way around. That's the opposite direction. Come on. That can work, yeah. A jet engine. It is indeed a jet engine. I saw this before, right? When we were parking, I saw it. Looks like a turbine engine. A jet engine. 3690. Oh, it's not bad for a two-stroke. My goodness. It's very good. Good. Woo. Best startup sounds. Plastic chair making machine. Yeah, I know, right? I was surprised with the fuel economy. I don't think that's accurate. But I'll take it. It should be less economical, right? The two-stroke diesel. Two-stroke engine in a V8 at that. Where is that thingy? 52 miles. Let's double check that the load will remain there. And I don't have to teleport or anything. 18 hours. Okay, good. Liber. Installed an 8-stroke. Oh my goodness. I think if you don't have Jake brakes, you have better fuel economy. Hashtag fake news. And hear that roar, right? It's loud, but it's not deafening, which is perfect. That's the best I can do. You're basically fooling yourself that there's a Jake brake by hearing the engine go louder, but it's not really slowing you down. I'm not sure, is it? Is it slowing us down? I think it's only the friction on the tires that's slowing us down. I'm not sure if the engine is helping at all. It doesn't feel like it for sure. Maybe minimally. It will slow you down in game. It does help. Oh, nice. Okay. It's just not much. I see. Like that. Oh, yeah. You kind of... Let's observe it later, because sometimes when you shift abruptly, downshift, the truck kind of like does that, you know, because of the inertia. So maybe that does work very, very subtly. But it's more the sound that I'm looking for. I don't expect it to help with the braking. Practically. Maybe not enough to help. Oh, double clutching, right. Should we try it? Let's try it. I might cry though. Let's try it. What is the command again? So let's pick up the job from here and then let's make our way there. What was that command? You guys remember? Simple parking doubles? No, that's not the one. Synchronized. I think it's synchronized. No? Transmission? Oh, I forgot. GX1. I don't remember the command, thankfully. And if you type it in chat, I will make sure I miss the message. No, I don't remember. G something. I remember making a video on that before, double clutching. Very interesting. And then you use the Addams Family theme song to time it out. That clapping rhythm. And then I learned that many of you guys don't even know what that song is now. And I just felt old. It's really using a 3-cylinder diesel. Did he install a Mexican engine? There we go. I'd rather float my gears. You know what that song is. Good to know. Now I don't feel super old. Which one, Alex? Which one did you stream? Oh, I didn't see you streaming. Double clutching? I love that. Echo. 2-stroke Echo. Oh, the Pacific P16. I saw the photo. It reminded me of a certain game. The name eludes me. And I want to be very courteous to our birthday boy because he might just rage quit when he sees the name, when he hears the name of the game. So, oh, there he is. Don't say it. It wasn't me. Not this time, at least. This time, my hands are clean. That Pacific P16 looks amazing. Is the interior good? Goodness. Hey, Nikomimi. Shinkansen. Ooh. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Are you Japanese by any chance? Or maybe into Japanese stuff? Welcome to the stream and sorry for the noise. We like the sound of our engines very much here in this channel, so it might be loud. Alright, Aussie, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out, man. Happy weekend. Not Japanese. Maybe a Japanese fan. thought no one would hear it. He just whispered it. Whisper. Hey Jay! You like Japanese trains? Makes sense. Shinkansen for the win. Oh, I was engaging with Jake brakes and nothing was happening. Dang it. Woo. Heard it to the other guys, and of course we'll take a photo at this very iconic junction. Oh, we don't have load. Doesn't look as good. It was a gift for early supporters of the Alaska map. Oh wow, that's a very nice gift. The P16, super cool. So is the mod author, the map maker of Alaska mod. He's the same guy who did the truck mod. That is so cool. Maybe share the Pacific at a later date. How was it when you drove it? Goodness, all those winding layers, huh? It's really good. Looking forward to driving it. Well, that's one benefit of being in early access, huh? I like the balance that Zeemod put into this one. It's actually not painful on the ears, ironically enough. You know the Mac R sounds from Zeemod, the one we were testing, comparing with Crash Booms? I think Zeemod's Mac R sounds were more painful to the ears than this one, ironically enough. So he balanced this one pretty well, I think. Made it more sustainable. Oh. Oh crap, here we go again. It does slow us down. Very, 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 very little. Almost non-existent, but it's there. If you look for it, it's there. Goodness. Made by several famous modders. Ah. Yeah, it does slow us down. Goodness. Surprising sometimes when it kicks in. I'll have to take a look at that Alaska mod. That is very promising. And then you get the reward of that beautiful idle sounds. I was reading through the Discord briefly. I was scanning through it. I've seen some people just loading the sim up, starting the engine, and just listening to the idle sounds. They weren't driving. It's that good. Hey Sayo! Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. How are you? I finally bought the DD Sounds, yes. This one? Yeah, this is where we should pick it up from, I think. We do that with the C16 sometimes, just listening. Yeah, we do that here. Oh, jet engine. Why can we not use it to power ourselves up? Maybe get there quicker. The game never had good sounds. Yeah, the default sounds, huh? Yeah, I've been a huge fan of the Series 60 DD sounds. That's been my favorite. I think it still is overall. It's just that I would wait for Zeemod to bring that up to his new standards. He just keeps on improving, right? But that still remains my favorite overall. But now I'm really enjoying this 8V92 as well. Older series 2-stroke engine, but it definitely has its own personality. A big personality. Ow. Oops. Dang it. That's far. Maybe we can make it. Have a good night, Jack. Happy birthday again. Share with us some photos if you get a chance. Take a photo of your cake or Jaffa cake maybe. Special birthday Jaffa cake. Or whatever it is you're celebrating with. Would love to be part of that. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day, man. But good night first and foremost. Mexican horn Jaffa cake. Ban that guy. If they make Jaffa cakes that big, count me in. Yeah, I shared a photo in the food channel in our Discord. First time I saw a Jaffa cake. It's not the one that you buy from the supermarkets. But Jack was saying it's one of more of those like, what do you say? More like gourmet stuff maybe? Used in cafes and parties. Does that work? Oh, it worked. Wow. Train! Beautiful sounds from that train. Wow. Is he doing the 2 long, 1 short, 1 long horn sequence? Yeah, I'll take it. Evasive maneuvers. There we go. Jet engine. Should be a short trip. Ooh. Sorry. Wrong button. Ow. We should check that out, by the way. That's a good call. Is this the one, Drive Safely? Is this the musical route? I think so. Might be. Sorry for that, guys. Yeah, that sequence. This one is a truck stop, so that's not probably it. Yeah, it might be this one. Okay, let's pass through there. Yeah, I think so. Should be parallel on the I-40 east of Albuquerque. So I think it's this one. That's it. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Okay, let's hear the horn from inside. That's not it. That's just your typical horn. How about that? I'm not sure if there's a horn included in this package. Maybe not, huh? Not so sure. Maybe that's Drive Safety's sound. Yeah, the default horn is not the best. But the air horn is not bad. It's just not as good as the train horn sound as we heard in a different interior, I think. Oh, there's the jet engine. Very small jet engine. More like for a business jet than an airliner, huh? What logo is that, guys? That must be from one of those manufacturers of the engines. Horns are default SES. Unmodded horns. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I really wish we get an interior sound pack for Freightliner trucks. There's this troll that's been littering the chat for quite some time. Let me try and spell his name. I think it starts with flying. I can't quite read the rest of his name. Might have been the best target for Jack's flexing a while ago, huh? I so wish the timeout. When it's your birthday, Rohan, you get permission. Look forward to it. Thought the Peterbilt interior sounds worked with the Ruda Freightliner. Oh, wait a minute. Does it? I don't think so. I don't think so, because I do have it enabled at the moment, I think. Yeah, I think it's not. I think when I looked at the spreadsheet from Zeemod, it's basically the 3XX sounds are for Peterbilt only for the most part, I think. Now that got me curious. I might be missing out on something that I should have already. Let's check it out. So maybe let's get on that musical road. Let's hear it. And then let's check which trucks are supported by the interior sounds. Because I might have a mod conflict somewhere. And we might be able to make this experience even better. Zeemod or Grishmo. Oh, that's a very close fight. They're both amazing in their own right. But yeah, it's also Zeemod for me. It depends on the engine. Some of the engines I like Grishmo's more, but in general I like Zeemod's once more. Like for the Mac R, I prefer Grishmo's. Even though Zeemods are more crispy, more high quality, I think in terms of accuracy and in terms of longevity, sustainability with the ears, Grishmo's is better for the Mac R, at least from my point of view. Krish got accuracy. Yeah, I think Zeemod has accuracy. It's just that his accuracy is very fine-tuned to the truck he's recording. And because I guess because he lives in the UK, the truck he's recording is not really always a one-to-one with the trucks that is more familiar to the US roads, right? So I think from that point of view, yes, Grishmo's is more accurate sometimes, like for the Mac R. But it doesn't mean that Zeemod's doesn't sound realistic. It's just a different truck, a different setup. Okay, let's see if there's a sign, Route 66, and maybe there it is. A sign towards Route 66. Historic. None of the regular interior sound mods from Z work with the Freightliner. Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was thinking of. I think that's because he might be planning to release a separate sound pack for Freightliner trucks, which makes a lot of sense from a commercial point of view, right? One for Kenworth, one for Peterbilt, and then one for Freightliner. Even though I would be perfectly happy hearing any of those sounds mixed together. I mean, interior sounds, right? They I don't know. Are they that different? Like the shifter of a Peterbilt sounds so different from a shifter of a Kenworth? Maybe. But to my untrained ears, it would sound the same to me. So I'm pretty happy to mix those together. But yeah, I think from a commercial point of view, lights makes sense that those are separate. I like the night lighting here. Introduce you to Grishmo. Yeah, and it's free. That's the biggest thing. Not everyone is into payware, right? Zeemod's stuff is not the cheapest anymore. So it does hurt the wallet if you buy all of his stuff. So that's a big deterrent. There we go, musical road ahead. Nice. Reduce to 45 miles per hour. Okay. See it, guys. I'll try to coast along so we can hear it best, and let's open our windows. Should we be hearing it already? It's here, right? Oh, this one. Am I driving too slow? I am hearing it a bit. You gotta be at 45 miles per hour. Okay. Dang it. The problem is with this truck, if you're at 45, that means the engine is screaming. Most probably. It's tricky. It's a tricky dilemma. One sec, let's see how can I go around. Freightliner Classic XL going around. Now he has to go get a Tesla truck. Dang it. Okay, let's see how that works. Maybe I'll have to teleport here. Let's also set the time to 6. Look at this, no hands. It's typing on its own. Magic. Oh crap. Yeah, there was a job. Well, not anymore. This jet engine is ours now. Alright. Start from the beginning. It's kind of hard to see them, huh? I thought they would be more obvious, the markings. So let's see. Maybe at daytime it's a bit more visible. One second. So it's this one, right? And then we should get that sign, that 45 that says here. Okay, good. So let's start from here so we can get a bit of momentum build up. And then once we get to 45, we'll just cruise along maybe. Ooh, that's loud. Alright, let's see. Turn off the volume. It can be, but I think it won't be accurate. Let's try first with sounds with the engine. And then if we really can't hear it, let's turn it off. But I would like it to be still realistic, like blending with the rest of the sounds. BD60, yeah. Align the tire with the right musical note. Still a bit slow. Let's lower the, let's not kill off the engine sound totally, but let's lower it to a point that it becomes more of a background sound, right? And I think that way we'll get a nice balance of, and we'll get a better hearing experience of what that sound was. Seen some alien, I know, right? It's like alien language. I was also traveling a bit slow. Let's try it again. Try it again. But it's actually surprising to hear that we are hearing anything at all with that such loud of an engine. Why is the engine at 100? What do you mean 100? Oh, that's a quiet engine. Alright, that's pretty... Even if it's screaming, it's very subdued. Okay. Oh, 100 sounds? Yes, that's the recommendation from Zeemod. Max it out for his engine sounds. I think I need to back up a bit more because I'm not at 45 yet. Here we go. What the heck was that? It still sounded like an alien. It was pretty cool, but it sounded like a "we come in peace." What the Okay, I think we've we've heard it. Very interesting. Yeah, I think both of the windows are open. I think. Yeah, both of the windows were open. Amazing stuff. Drive safely. Oh my goodness. It's like an Easter egg altogether. Good one. And that was nice. Do we still get to deliver this? We're super late. I don't think we'll earn anything from here. Maybe let's just take it with us. Oh. Okay, let's do that again. Truck noise. Truck noise. No wonder it kind of toned down with me. Okay, so let's leave the truck noise at maximum. Thank you for that. That is perfect. Let's tone out the sounds even more because I do want to understand the hidden alien language in there. Let's try it. Let's try it one last time. I think this time will be the charm. Am I falling? I am. Okay, one second, one second. Oh, did you hear that bassy engine sound? So this is the beginning of the track, I think. Yeah, okay. Can we start somewhere here, maybe? Get as much of that speed as possible. Truck noise. Yeah, truck noise is up, as Drive Safely mentioned. Trailer noise, does that have any bearing as well? I think it's just the truck noise. Too quiet now, it's okay. As long as we can hear the what do you call it? The thing. Or not doing my best at accelerating here. 1 second, guys. Huh? You can hear the wind. Here we go. I don't think it really helped. But it's nice. I don't think we really understood it still, but I'll take it. Sounds pretty interesting, definitely. Might need to learn that language. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. Thanks, Drive Safely. Nice mix. I'll take it. Subnautica, yeah, like it is like Subnautica, huh? Something you would hear from underneath the depths. I can still hear it in my head. Okay, let's deliver this thing. Thanks, Drive Safely. Nice addition. Easter egg. Why were you late? We were trying to play a song, I know, right? That might be the effect of the alien language. People getting confused. AI effect. Different trucks and see how it sounds. Oh my goodness. I haven't been on this road in a while. I don't think I've been here on this road since 140 lighting update. Looks so different these days. Like what I imagine every single time I'm in New Mexico is that everything is just orange because of the desert and the lighting. So this actually feels a bit weird to me. Like it feels too white. I think there was a meme about it. Like when you're watching Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, when it's like a desert scene, right? The lighting is just like yellow or orange everywhere. Gives you that perfectly desert vibe, which might not be 100% accurate, but it makes it more dramatic. Another one of those roads in Wyoming. Devil's Tower, oh my goodness. That won't be the alien speaking. That might be a lot scarier. Close Encounters theme. A Mexican horn. Once you go on the road. Playing through the tune. We should have something like that, but in one of the Mexico roads. And then it will play the La Cucaracha rhythm as you drive through it. That would be perfect. Yeah. Oh yes. That might be a nice project for Team Reforma, huh? A nice Easter egg. La Cucaracha Musical Road. Rohan would definitely make that his home base. Are we in highest? Yes. 8 high. I know, right? I'm just imagining and I'm laughing already. 75. Talk about Mr. 75 here. Good luck to us slowing down later. We'll worry about that later. This is going to be like train sim, passing through going past the platform. Oh my goodness, this guy is super slow. Yeah, engine braking does work. Oh, there's actually a turbo gauge here in the Freightliner Classic. Did you guys notice that? That guy measures the pressure. I'm not sure which part of the turbo it's measuring, but it's a good indication. Remember that turbine we're speaking of? Maybe I should do that, huh? Yeah, maybe we should do one of these days, like a Wikipedia or a diagram showing that turbine thing. That would be probably a better explanation than the one I was doing last week with my hands. 60 on the bend. Should be more than enough. And turbo. Oh, that works for me. So this one's going that way. This one's going this way. It made sense, right? Right? Say yes. But yeah, the engine brake, I forgot how it works. I have to learn it. But I think it's something along that. So if we go back to the 4-stroke engine, I think it takes stuff away from the... Where would it take away stuff from? There would be like a... is it like a valve where the gases would escape from it, I think? And that's why it makes that sound, is because the air is passing through that small valve that's making that loud sound. So the more air passes through, the louder the engine brake is. But I can't remember at which point of that four stage cycle that valve is opening. Is it in the intake? That sounds dangerous because that might have fuel. So maybe at the exhaust. Can't really remember. If any of you guys remember, let me know. It might ring a bell. So I remember watching like the Jake Brake video. What's the full name? Jacobs? Is it Jacobs? I think they have some videos in YouTube, right? I remember watching that like years ago. And I think that's how it works, roughly. But we'll see, we'll see. Maybe we can have a diagram again. Have a little bit of a break after delivering this. Let's see how that thing works. So we have a bit of ground school theory, and then we apply it on the road. Jacob's Vehicle Systems, that's the one, right? Thank you. Surprised you know that song. Which one? Loco Caracha? Thanks to Rohan, thanks to Alex. No, but yeah, I heard it before. I'm not sure where though. Through traffic, use left lane. No, we're not going through. We're going out. It's released before it reaches the piston. Ah, so it's during intake. So the air that's getting sucked in is lessened. So that means less power. Is that how it works? So less power produced because there is less air getting into the chamber, the cylinder. Let's look for a diagram later. Might be a nice break. Come on. What did you do, Alan? By the way, you guys know where Rex is? Oh. Yeah, it's time for a break, guys. My feet are getting numb. You guys know where Rex is? Rex was a bit naughty. He kind of chewed on my shoe. So he's kind of like standing in the corner at the moment. Stand in the corner. Yeah. He'll get away from that after the stream. He's serving his sentence. Yeah. Stored compressed air is released by an extra knob before reaching the piston. Ah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yes, because if you release the exhaust gas, that's not really lessening the power, is it? Because that's just the exhaust. But if you lessen the air coming in that is used for the combustion, then that means the explosion, the combustion will be less. So that means less power produced, and that's how you lessen that's how you slow down, by lessening the power that is produced by the engine. Very interesting. That makes a lot of sense. Let's look at some diagrams later to confirm that. Opens the exhaust valve on the compression stroke. Ah, right. Perfect, yes. So there is an intake valve and an exhaust valve. Normally the exhaust valve only opens during the exhaust cycle, the exhaust phase, right? But if you have the engine brake on, the exhaust valve is open while you're compressing the air. So instead of all the air getting compressed, some of it is escaping through that open valve. But what happens to the fuel? Isn't it a whoa, huge stutter. Isn't it a combined air and fuel mixture that is being compressed? If you have the exhaust valve open, doesn't that mean some of the fuel is also escaping? Or does it filter only for the air somehow? Hey Hasib! Hey bro! Stutter, exactly. How's it going, Hasib? Have you heard the 8V92 engine yet? Here's one for you. There you go. Right, Alpha Star. So the energy is wasted, yes. Because you turn it on when you want to slow down. So you're purposely wanting to waste the energy to not have that converted into power. So in effect, you slow down. Yeah, add an extra valve in the camshaft for the jig. Where is the camshaft? The camshaft is the one controlling the valves, right? Is it? So they have an extra valve for the jake brake itself. It's not the same as the exhaust valve. I guess it's because the jake brake is a bit different from the typical engine braking systems. So the architecture might be a bit different, but the overall concept should be the same, I think. Controlling the intake and exhaust valves. Right. It's loud, yeah, because it's a two-stroke engine. But it sounds too different exactly. Sounds very different indeed. I like it. It's a train right behind us. Camshaft is the heart of the engine. I think I can imagine it. It's the one that's controlling... One second. I think I remember this. So the camshaft is the one controlling the valves, is it? And then the camshaft is directly linked with the... Is it directly linked with the... Or it's linked with the... What do you call it? Crankshaft? The thing that the pistons spin. So that the pistons are opening in time with the valves. It's kind of a connection in there to synchronize the two. The pistons going up and down and the valves opening and closing at the right time. There we go. Take that. Let's see if we earn anything. We might just be a tad late here in this delivery, guys. Lift duration and overlap of the cap. Oh. That one is beyond me. Operated by push rods to the valves. Yeah, we talked about that a while ago, Hasib, in the beginning. Oh, we actually still earned something. So we saw that the 8V92 two-stroke engine was manufactured and was in series from 1974 to 1995. And the Freightliner Classic XL, or the Classic series, was in production from 1990s to 2000 something. So there is an overlap between 1990 to 1995 that it might be possible. I'm not sure if it really was a thing realistically, but there is that 5-year horizon where the 8V92 and the Classic XL might have overlapped. And that horizon, that potential horizon is realistic enough for me. It's good enough for me. Awesome. All right, let's have a look at that, actually. Let's have a look at that. Let me quit the game. So you've seen the Clumsy. Now you'll see the Geek. Let's have a look. Is that working? Yeah. That's the one, right? Two-stroke. So it's from 1974 to 1995. And the Freightliner truck wiki. Excuse me. We have the models here. Classic series from 1990 to 2010. What's BBC, guys? So COE is cab over engine. BBC, I'm not sure what that means, but I see it a lot in trucks. Truck terminology. Let's see. You might be scolded by this excuse. It's not an excuse. The logic fits. Alright. But yes, I might still get scolded regardless, you're right. Alright, let's see. Engine braking. Engine braking wiki. Let's see Wikipedia if there is something similar. Occurs when retarding forces within an engine are used to slow down a motor vehicle, as opposed to using additional external braking mechanisms such as friction brakes or magnetic brakes. Okay. Often confused with several other types of braking, most notably compression release braking or Jake braking, which uses a different mechanism. Ooh. Wait a minute, this is saying it's different. Interesting. Maybe it's different because of the architecture that we mentioned, that the differences, but more or less for my very high level, it's the same. Bumper to back of cab. Thanks, Rook. Alex, 1 second, let's have a look. Bumper to back of cab. So it's the length of the truck, basically. That's why it's saying it's a 120-inch BBC. 132 inch, I see. Interesting, okay. Fuel economy 50, now that's more like a two-stroke. Nice. Compression brake, frequently called a Jacob's brake or a Jake brake. An engine braking mechanism installed on some diesel engines. When activated, it opens exhaust valves to the cylinders right before the compression stroke ends. Oh. Okay. When the driver releases the accelerator on moving vehicle powered by a combustion engine, the vehicle's forward momentum continues to turn the engine's crankshaft. Okay. Right. Most diesel engines do not have a throttled body, so regardless of the throttle setting, a full charge of air is always drawn into the cylinders. Okay, that's still a bit blurry to me, but okay. Let's get into the heart of the Jake brake. It would be nice if there is a diagram for it. Maybe we can think about looking at images. I can't watch a video because I might get copyrighted, but I think this one should be okay. It might be this one. Although I'm not sure if this is for trucks, this might be with a car. Okay, maybe this one can be helpful. But this is with a car, I think. Engine braking while driving. They produced until 2010, I know, right? Yeah, it's very nice. Nice getting a bit more background into what we're driving, what we're hearing. A bit more context. 8V92, no horns, unfortunately. We tested. Yeah, no special horn. Alright, so this is not the same as in the truck, I think. Oh, this one, yeah. Diesel engine. Okay. Okay, let's start from the beginning. When the retarded forces are used instead of friction or magnetic brakes, it's defined as engine braking. Okay. Lowering down the vehicle's speed. Okay. The working mechanism of engine braking differs in both the gasoline as well as the diesel engine. Okay. What is that? HCCI, homogeneous charge compression ignition. Low temperature combustion. Wow. Is that a new kind of engine? Interesting. Gasoline engine. So this one. So this one is igniting by the use of a spark plug, right? So the compression stroke, the air and fuel is compressed and that heats it up. And then at the end of that compression stroke, there's a spark plug, literally creating a spark that ignites the thing. That kind of makes a controlled explosion, and then that pushes the piston down, creating that power that makes that rotating energy, right? That's with a gasoline engine. With a diesel engine, it compresses the same way. But because of how diesel is, I think if it gets to some temperature, maybe as you compress it, it gets hot. It gets hot enough that it kind of combusts on its own. No need for a spark plug, I think. That's how it is. Feel free to fact check me in chat, guys, if you have more accurate info on that. Alright, but okay. So in this type of engine, so in a gasoline engine, when the accelerator pedal is released, the throttle valve closes down gradually. As a result, the airflow inside the cylinder decreases, so when you let go of the pedal, the air that's coming in to the cylinder actually lessens already. So you have less air, that means you have less air fuel, that means you have less combustion, smaller explosion, that means you have less power. So basically, when you let go of the pedal, you have less air coming in, so there's less power overall getting produced. So that's a gas engine. That's for cars. Now, in case of a diesel engine, there is no such thing as a throttle body, which controls the flow of air inside the cylinder. So even if you let go of the pedal, there is still the same amount of air coming in. It is interesting, okay. Why is it getting in the way, this ad? 1 second, guys. A very specialized engine. No commercial production HCCI engines are actually in use. Okay, that's a very noisy music. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. Oi. Why is this? Where did we go? I think we were looking at this one, right? Visit. Okay, this one. Okay, here. There is no such thing as a throttle body when it controls the flow, but yes, on the exhaust side of the diesel system, there is a closing valve like a throttle. Okay, so there are two ways to lessen the power of an engine, right? In this case, the first way, the gasoline way, is to lessen the air coming in, so the explosions are smaller. In the diesel side of things, the diesel engine, the amount of air cannot be controlled, like it seems. So you always get that same amount of air coming in, or it does not fluctuate with the pedal. So you have to let go or release that air somehow. And that's how we have like an exhaust side. So we have a valve. Oh my goodness, that ad is the worst. What I'll do is I can copy that. Okay, oh, that works. Okay. But yes, on exhaust side of diesel, there's a closing valve like a throttle. So when the power stroke occurs, the piston goes down and it pushes the exhaust out of the cylinder. However, in this case, the valve at the exhaust side closes, creating the back pressure inside the cylinder. This sounds different. So when the exhaust supposedly comes out, in this case the valve at the exhaust, so the exhaust valve closes, so it doesn't let go of the exhaust, and this resists the engine and slows down the vehicle. Oh, this is different from what we were talking. What is this, guys? So it seems like, so we have this piston, right? So this is the piston moving below. It compresses the air and fuel here, the air in diesel. It combusts, so it pushes down. And then it comes, so, and then normally, so that's the power stroke. And then it goes back up. And supposedly, we have exhaust air here. This exhaust should normally go out through the exhaust valve. But in this case, it's saying that valve remains closed. So this piston, instead of traveling normally, it gets kind of restricted by the exhaust air that's stuck here. So it kind of resists that move. And when you resist the move, you resist the motion. So you lessen the power. So you're keeping the exhaust air there as a kind of like a buffer, a kind of a, there's kind of stopping the piston somehow. That's how it appears to me. So this is engine braking. This is why engine braking is different than jake braking. I see. This is interesting, okay. So it really is a very different concept. So here, it's the exhaust gases that are kind of pushing against the piston, slowing it down. Nice, okay. And then when does it release? Interesting, okay. Okay, let's not go through the details here of engine braking. Nice. Let's have a look at other diagrams. I would love to play some videos for you guys, but might get copyright strikes. In US trucks, most are jake brakes. So in a European truck, is this probably what's happening, you guys think? The exhaust gases are preventing the pistons from traveling as fast. They're slowing it down. That's why it's a bit... that's also why it's quieter, I guess. Because there's not much air that's coming out. It's preventing the air from coming out, so it's not as loud as opposed to a jake brake. Okay. Let's see. Let's look for diagrams here. How about this decompression braking? What's it called again? No, I think it's compression release. Compression release engine braking. That is the jake brake. I think this is different. Wow. So that's how it happens when the piston moves down. It rotates this crankshaft, right? This crank. And that spins the wheels through the connections. Kind of. Jake braking, right. So this is typical engine braking. So with a European truck, this is probably what's happening. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Decompression. This is very interesting. A compression release engine brake, compression brake, or decompression brake. So both a compression brake and a decompression brake is the same? It's like famous and infamous, is it? Perfect. Okay, one sec. Oh, this is Eaton. Oh. Engine simulator, right? Sorry guys, less trucks but more theory. I think it helps for us to appreciate more what we're getting in the game. I'm sure for me personally, I like learning about these things. So when I see it in the sim, it actually makes sense and it's like, oh, so that's why. Oh, this one, decompression engine brake. Let's see if this is different. So we have two valves. Is it large enough? Let me zoom in a bit. Right. So we have an intake valve and an exhaust valve. Okay, so we have 4 strokes. Why do we have 5 here? Oh, this middle one is the engine braking, decompression engine braking. This is the jake brake. This is the jake brake. Correct me if I'm wrong. So intake valve, you get the air coming in, right? Because the valve opens, right? And the air is from here on the left side, let's say. So when you open the valve, then air can come in. Makes sense so far, right? Fresh air is drawn into the cylinder, so that's how air comes in the cylinder, right? The next step is the compression stroke. Work is performed to compress air. So the valve is closed, so you can imagine no air is coming out. The valve is closed, right? So the air that's inside remains there. So previously there was this space, and this was open, right? This was open. But they closed it, so they have that space, and now the piston below is closing in. So the air, which had this much space before, the space is lessening. And when you compress something, I think you heat it up, right? That's why you see that color changing as well to represent it. I think it's what's happening. So you compress the air, so it heats up as it gets compressed. And when was the... 1 second. Ah, right here. Okay. And when you have an engine brake or the jake brake on, then you have this step here. Because normally what would happen if you have the accelerator, right? It would compress itself. And at some point, I guess maybe at the end of this, a fuel is injected into this mix. So it's going to be an air and fuel mixture. Or maybe that's included even before, I'm not sure. But yeah, at some point in the compression stroke, you add some fuel to the air. Or is it the intake? As you get some air, you get some fuel. But at this point, you have some air and fuel, and that combusts, and that becomes the power stroke. But in this case, because you're not stepping on the gas, right? You're not stepping on the pedal. So the compression here, and then you have the jake brake on. So when you have the jake brake on, you compress the air, but you have the jake brake on, so the exhaust valve actually opens. So the air has a way to escape. So that compressed air, some of it escapes. And you can imagine a compressed air with high pressure escapes through a small opening. That will make a lot of sound, right? And that's probably the sound that we're hearing when we turn on the jakes. Because all of that compressed, pressurized air squeezing itself out of that gap, that will make that nice sound for us. Maybe. Fuel comes in through the intake valve. So here, okay, I see. So when you have your foot on the pedal, then fuel comes with it. But when you're release the pedal, it's only air that comes in. And then this compression release is happening. That is super cool. You heat it as it compresses, hence compression ignition engines. Nice. Yeah, there is no fuel because you don't have your foot on the pedal. Remember, right? The jake brake only triggers when you let go of the gas, right? When we have it stepped on, there's no jake brake. And then when we let go of the pedal, you hear that loud jake brake. Because when you're stepping on the pedal, then I assume it has the fuel coming in with the air during the intake stroke. And this compression release is not happening when you have foot on the pedal. Because yeah, it would not be safe, I imagine, if you have fuel coming out of that valve, right? So there should not be fuel during this release. Only air is being released. So this only happens when you have the pedal, when you're not stepping on the pedal at all. There is no spark plug, but they use a glow plug at cold start. Oh, there is such a thing as glow plug, I see. Because it's still cold enough that the diesel will not get that hot that it combusts on its own. So it needs a bit of a push in the beginning. That makes sense. Hey, Sayo. Unfortunately not. No, yeah. I'm not. I don't think I'll be fit for it. I don't have the patience for it. I love learning about the things, but being out of my house for long periods of time, I think will not fit me very well. Asians never think about becoming truckers. Yeah, Asians it's not a big thing for us normally. But I am interested in learning about the mechanics. Even small car and truck engines use a glow plug. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, fuel is cut off. Yes, exactly. Right, exactly, Sayo, right? Yes. You can relate as well. Alright, so that's amazing. Starting to make sense. And when it's a two-stroke diesel, these valves look completely different, right? We've seen that here. Where is it? Two-stroke cycle. We've seen that a while ago in the beginning of the stream. It looks so different. This is a four-stroke diesel. Four-stroke engine. 1 second. Four-stroke, this guy. So a four-stroke, yeah, do you see the valves, right? This one. So this is the exhaust valve on the left and the intake valve on the right. In a two-stroke engine, it looks completely different. I'm not even sure if you call these valves, but there are openings at completely different points. So that would make sense why there's no jake brake. The mechanism is completely different. You see, during the compression is when we release the gases, right? Remember this part here? The compression release happens at the peak of the compression or during compression stroke. That's when it's released. But if you look at the two-stroke engine, when you compress like that, the air, I guess, yeah, there is no way for the air to come out here. I guess it could come out on this side, but it's going to be very limited if there is such a thing, right? Something like that. You can jailbreak a two-stroke, but it's a bit more difficult in a different construction, right? Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if you keep this diagram right here, you would have to escape the air through this gap, or maybe make a new way out in the first place, right? During that compression stroke. There are 8 V92s with jakes. Maybe we can find a diagram with that. Let's see. Just to see how it looks like. 8 V92 jake brake. Is there an image with a diagram? Can we get that lucky? Oh my goodness. It's starting to look very let's say 2-stroke jake brake. This one is 4-stroke. I think these are all 4-stroke parts. Oh, how about this one? Oh, I think this is still 4-stroke. Oh my goodness. No, this is 4-stroke, right? Yeah, this is 4-stroke. When you have those valves, it's most likely a 4-stroke. How about the retarder? Hey, that's a different thing. Because the retarder is not in the engine, it's on the transmission side, right? The gears. So that, I guess, is a completely different thing. Slowing things down at a completely different part of the equation. Oh ho! The plot thickens. Yeah. Falling into the rabbit hole. Falling deep into it. But yes, I'd like to check that 2-stroke jake first, how it looks. Because this one is for a 4-stroke. Compression release. No, we don't have much info here. How about an exhaust brake? Is an exhaust brake different from an engine brake? Let's see. There is this diagram. Let's have a look. Engine brake. Okay. Benefits: brake power. Full range of engine braking power solutions, including bleeder brake, 4-stroke, and 2-stroke braking. It does include it. Oh. Reduces or eliminates need for a retarder. Reduces wear and replacement interval of primary friction brakes. Yes, because you're not stepping on the brakes as much. Enables engine down speeding and or downsizing. I don't get what that means. Improves freight efficiency. What I like to look at is this diagram here. Is there a... Yeah, okay, this one. So is here, we see the braking power of each of the types of braking. So an exhaust brake looks like it's the most... It's the least powerful. Bleeder and exhaust brake, I'm not sure what that means. A bleeder. A 4-stroke compression release, that's the 4-stroke jake brake, I guess. And the 4th is a 2-stroke jake brake. That's the most powerful, actually. Wow. Diesel aircraft engines. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think those are the thing, right? I think those are the thing. I think the, what was it? The DA-40, I think, is a diesel engine aircraft with FADEC and everything. Goodness. Oh, one sec. This one? No. What's the link that Jay gave? 1 second, huh? Copy the link. There it is. This is the link that Jay gave. Exhaust brake for a 2-stroke would be naturally be more powerful Because you have twice as many exhaust events to give braking power. Ah, right. Retarder is an electrical system. I'm not so sure. To understand things more. Yeah, sorry guys, I know it's a very different thing from the usual stream, but sometimes I like to geek out. Sorry for bringing you with me. Let's see. Main advantage of a Jake brake is that saves wear on the normal brakes. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. Oh, nice, nice, okay. Without a Jacob's engine brake. Right, so this is what we know of. With the Jacob's engine brake, it releases during compression. Yes, exactly. Right. Near top dead center, the Jake brake opens the exhaust valves, venting. So the Jake brake is like a traitor, right? If you think about it, he's like the sneaky guy letting out the power. It's like, oh, let's build all that power, and that Jake brake is like opening the back door. Come on out. Right as you get to the peak of that pressure, and it's lessening the power made overall. So this is for a 4-stroke. For a 2-stroke, I'm still not sure how the diagram would look like, but yeah, true diesel, exactly. Hey bot! Truck knowledge lessons by Clumsy. Now we can see why the Jake brake is more popular here in the US. It needs far less maintenance and is less expensive than a retarder. Ah, yes. Hey bot, thanks for making it, man. Sorry, yes, well, we're not trucking anymore, but we are getting into some details on how things work behind, under the hood, literally. That makes a lot of sense, yeah. More practical. Very interesting. Maybe next thing we should learn about is a retarder, huh? Is 4 minutes enough for a retarder? What kind of results are we getting here? Might be not be enough for 4 minutes. Retarder diagram. What's a technical term for retarder so that there is no mistaking which kind of retarder we're looking at? Oh my goodness. Oil coolers, hydrodynamic retarder. There's so many different kinds. This might be a good teaser for next time. That might be a good next lesson for us. So now we know how an engine brake works, right? How a Jake brake works. With a 2-stroke Jake brake, maybe it's not as clear cut, but more or less we understand how it should work when it happens, how it happens, and why it makes that loud sound. So I guess in a way, we have an idea, high level, how that should work, even in a 2-stroke engine. But the retarder is a completely different thing. Electrical retarder. It is electrical. Oh, didn't even know that. That's how clueless I am on what a retarder is, or how it works. Yeah, there is not as clear as a diagram for it, I think. They can both be mechanical and electrical. Ah, some are hydraulic. Okay, nice. Okay, so maybe you can help me here out, guys. If you find something that's easy to understand, maybe a simple diagram, we can try learning that next time. We'll see if we have enough time, but yeah, it's, I think, a good teaser to end the stream here. Didn't know we'd actually consume the rest of the time getting into the weeds, getting into the details of these things, but it's amazing. Braking system in heavy vehicles. Ooh, 1 second. Let's have a look at that. Retarder used as braking system in heavy vehicles, a review. Retarders are not restricted to road motor vehicles. They may also be used in railway systems. Oh, Scotsman. Hydraulic retarder, there it is. So this is not for brake for trains alone. There you go. Hydraulic or electric. Electromagnetic induction to provide a retardation force. Shoo. So this is a Jake brake, an engine compression retarder. We've seen that already. I haven't seen the diagram of a retarder itself. Okay. Then you will forget everything. Exactly. Goldfish memory doesn't lend itself here well, huh? Anyway, yes, let's end it there, guys. I think my brain is full at the moment. Let's let it settle for a bit. Let's continue the retarder discussion next week. I'll see. Exactly, Jay. Exactly. Yeah. It's a reverse torque converter. Ah. Cool, okay. I think I've studied torque converters before, but if you reverse that process... okay, alright. It's starting to make sense. Teaser. Let's end it on a cliffhanger. Let's continue next time. Appreciate the company, guys. Thanks for bearing with me, this geeky stuff. And hope you're enjoying it as well. Because I hope to do this more mixed stuff from time to time when we want to learn about the details of something. And maybe, right, I think when Wyoming hits, it would be nice to get a bit of background where we're traveling. So we do a bit of trucking, we do a bit of researching. That way we get a bit more insight, a bit more context into what we're seeing and what we're experiencing. Right? So let's see if this format kind of works. And it's a bit more interactive as well, and I love learning things from you. So it's amazing. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend, and I'll catch you guys on Discord, okay? Clumsy Trucking. Catch you soon. Bye-bye. Stay safe, guys. Thanks for the company. Where's the button? Let's make sure I don't make a blackout this time. Okay, here we go. Thanks and bye-bye.